Welcome to another video. Today's video is repairing this little ball turning attachment. So this is how you get set up on a little lathe, and so it's a homemade tool, but part of it has broken and been repaired very crudely, and I'm going to do a proper repair. So let me show you, let me bring you in a little bit closer. I'll show you what it does and how it works. So essentially you have a piece of wood that you clamp up in the chuck, and then with this ring you can set the height so that you get your tool on the center height, and this can swivel. So essentially what you want to do is you want to lock this in place, and then you set the depth of this piece to the size of the ball that you want. And the center of the ball will be in line with this central axis. So you will be swinging this around like that. And then with this thing here, you can advance the tool into the workpiece and take another cut. Advance the tool, take another cut. So what has happened is this broke off here. So let me just get a little Allen key. So this piece comes out, and this piece can advance here. Right? But because this is so thin, and this takes a lot of stress this way, when you're turning the wood, so it's pulling like that, it actually broke this off. So this is the little piece that I really need to remake. So it's got to fit on there, and it's got to have a square hole where this can fit through. So join me and let's see how we're going to go about it. This one is 25 millimeters in diameter, and I'm going for a piece which is 30, just to give it a little bit more meat on the sides. Okay, and I'm going to cut it off just there. Ka-chunk. Okay, so there's the piece cut off. I am going to put this in the milling machine and mill a slot like that in there. Then put a little disc of steel on the top and weld that in. Okay, it's just cleaned up on that side, but that's fine because this won't be the final finish anyway. But now I should have a nice square. Okay, into the milling machine. Okay, we've got it clamped up in there. I've got the edge finder. I'm just going to go between these two edges to find the center. I'm going to do it here. Okay, let me get the collet chuck in. There we go. I think this cutter is just so blunt. See if I can find something better. Now, I don't know what recorded and what didn't. So, what we're looking at here is I chopped it out with the angle grinder and then drilled a hole through here so that that like insert could just drop out. Okay, I'm going to set it all up again and continue with milling it out. Okay, so here's my setup. Alright, I'm going to just weld that up, both sides. Okay, back on the lathe. Okay, it's not too bad. I mean, this is not a precision thing. So we're getting there. I'll just continue like that. Alright, I think we've done it. And maybe I need to just clean up this top. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, here we go. This is what it looks like now. Need to just clean this up. Still need to drill the hole in the bottom, and I'm going to just chamfer this shaft slightly. So this goes onto this. So it would be nice to have the bottom the same diameter as the piece it sits on, and then just sloped up maybe 30 degrees or something. A cutting bit is blunt as anything. I'm going to put a new one on. I think when I was cutting this part here, it actually broke that tip off. You know what? I want it much more slopey than that. That's it. A little bit of sandpaper on there and we're done. Now we have to start drilling. Power off, change speed, go to thereabouts. Power on. It's 14. 14. How's it fitting? That was just luck. That was sheer luck. Alright, so that's done. Okay. Two more things to do. Need a little hole here and a little hole there to clamp this onto the shaft and to clamp the head of this cutter. So I'll do those two things. Yes, I know you shouldn't put an end mill into a chuck. I just want to get it flat, just so that when I cut the thread it's all clean. Break the next cardinal rule. Alright, so there's the finished piece. I've masked off the inside and put some little screws into the threads, blocked off the back, and I got my little hook. So I'm going to just give it a quick wipe down, make sure it's completely clean, and then we'll do the powder coat. Okay, so I've got my powder coating set up ready. Oven is warming up to 180. I've got my piece hanging there. Pair of pliers, powder coat gun, and I'm going to try the white powder. See how the white powder goes. Okay. Can wait for that to get up to temperature. And while I'm doing it, I'm just going to clean up. So there it is. It's at 180 degrees. Okay, so it's pretty cold now, down to 77. Actually didn't cover as well as I expected here. So that's the old one, and this is the new one. So nice big chunky piece. So let's put it together quickly. Goes on there. You can lock the cutter at a certain point. You lock the cutter using this one. Then you can extend the cutter with this, and if you want to lock that, you lock it here. Then it's locked. And this you lock in place. This little ring at the bottom, the idea of that is you set this to the center line of the lathe. Okay, I'm going to do a little demo, so let me prepare a piece of wood and I'll show you how this works. Right, so I've sort of roughed it out. So this is the diameter of this, and the bore will obviously be the same. Okay, so that's about the right distance. So I'm going to lock this. Take the wall. So we're gradually nibbling away at this stalk where it was joined before, and we just keep going. Then we can take that off. Now we revert to sandpaper. And that's how the ball turning attachment works. This brings us to the end of this video. Please join me on the next one.